The two-dimensional structural representation for organic molecules is called structural formula. It shows how the atoms in an organic compound are bonded to each other. The four main types of structural formulas are the expanded structural formula, we also have the condensed structural formula, the skeletal structural formula, and finally the line angle structural formula. First, let's talk about the expanded structural formula. It shows all the atoms in the molecules and all the bonds connecting the atoms. For example, methane is CH4. It's composed of carbon central atom bonded to four other atoms of hydrogen. Ethane is C2H6. Recall that the molecular formula of the cyclic alkanes is CnH2n plus 2. Ethane is the second member of the cyclic alkane group. So N equals 2, and thus the molecular formula for ethane is C2H6. This is its expanded structural formula. Propane is C3H8. Its expanded structural formula is with all the atoms expanded out. The second type is the condensed structural formula. It groups the atoms that are connected to the carbon central atom. Looking at methane, ethane, and propane as examples. Methane is CH4, ethane is CH3-CH3, propane is CH3 connected to another CH2 and then to another CH3. The hydrogen atoms belonging to each carbons are grouped together. Try this out. Write the condensed structural formula for hexane in the comment section. It's important to note that for longer chains of hydrocarbons, the condensed structural formulas can even be more condensed. For example, decane represents 10 carbon atoms. Its molecular formula is C10H22. It has a long chain of 10 carbon atoms expanded out. However, its condensed structural formula can further be condensed to this, where the parentheses and the subscript outside of it denote the CH2 groups in the chain. Now let's talk about the skeletal structural formula. The skeletal structural formula is similar to the condensed structural formula, but here the focus is solely on the arrangement of the carbon atoms. The hydrogen atoms are omitted. For example, this condensed structural formula of pentane can be expressed in a skeletal form, where all the hydrogens are omitted and the carbon atoms are only represented. Try this out and provide your answer in the comment section. Write the skeletal structural formula for decane. Finally, the line angle structural formula. It is a structural representation in which a line represents a carbon-to-carbon bond, and a carbon atom is represented at every point where two lines meet, and at the end of the line. For example, unbranched decane is represented as this. Each line represents a carbon-to-carbon bond. Also note that the structures of branched alkanes can be represented with the line angle structural formula. For example, this is 2-methylpentane, this is 3-methylpentane, this is 2,2-dimethylbutane, and this is 2,3 dimethyl butane.
Wow,